All right, last one for chapter 4 is isosceles and equilateral triangles. The objective is to prove theorems about isosceles and equilateral triangles and to apply properties of isosceles and equilateral triangles. Sounds fun, doesn't it? All right, vocabulary is this. Okay, so recall that an isosceles triangle has at least two congruent sides. The congruent sides are called the legs. Please write this down. And the vertex angle is the angle formed by the leg. So 3 is going to, go ahead and draw this diagram pretty big because I think we're going to be referencing this here in the next few slides. This is angle, angle, angle. So we've got legs, if you want to color code this too. Legs in red, vertex angle in blue, the base, I'm going to put in blue. That's just atrocious. All right, so just color however you want. The vertex angle is the angle formed by the leg. So again, this is the vertex angle. The side opposite is the base. So because this is isosceles, the one without them touching it, that's the base. And the base angles are the other two. All right, so on this diagram, this is the isosceles theorem. If the sides are congruent, the base angles are going to be congruent. So because AC equals AB, angle B equals angle C. And then vice versa down here, if you have congruent angles, then you know the sides are congruent as well. So if you know one of these things, you know the other ones are good too. So the isosceles triangle theorem is sometimes stated as base angles of an isosceles triangle are congruent. We'll just call it isosceles triangle theorem. All right, so then it wants to find the measure of angle F. So what we're going to do is know the fact that a triangle has to add up to 180. So angle E plus angle D plus angle F has to equal 180. That is a known fact, and you should know this by now. If you don't, I'm worried for you. E is 22. D and F, we do not know what D or F is, but because we know that these are congruent, these are going to be the same. So I'm just going to put X in for one, and I'll put X in for the other. So because these are both the same, these are both going to be the same, whatever they are. So let's do a little math. We've got plus X equals 180 still. We've got combine our like terms. 22 equals or plus 2X equals 180. 2X equals 158. So X equals 79. So what this says is X equals 79. Well, since X is just that angle, D is 79 degrees. And so is F. But they're only asking us for angle F. So what can we do to make sure this is correct? Let's plug in 79, 79, and 22. Add them up together. You should get 20 or 180. You do, so we're good. All right, number 8. Find the measure of angle G. Same thing, but now we've got variables given to us. So these are congruent, so I know the base angles are congruent. So always think about the isosceles. It kind of points an arrow to the congruent angles. So all I do is this is the base angle. So, or these are basic, sorry, this is the vertex angle right here. Vertex angle, base angles. Base angles are congruent when you have an isosceles. So you just set them up equal to each other. X plus 44 equals 3X. Subtract the X. 44 equals 2X. X equals 22. All right, but is this what they're asking for? Heck no. So they want to ask for angle G. So we had to plug 22 back in for X. So angle G equaled X plus 44. And X equaled 22, so measure of angle G equals 22 plus 24, 44. That's a 4. So measure of angle G equals 66. Ta-da. All right, number 9, or page 9, sorry. Equilateral triangle. This is another thing. It's very similar to the isosceles, where you knew the isosceles, if these two are congruent, these two are congruent. Since the sides are all congruent, the angles are all congruent. So please write this triangle down. Equilateral is also the same as equiangular, because if it's equilateral, it is also equiangular. And we should know from previous chapters that equiangular triangles all add up to 60 degrees each angle. So A, B, and C are all 60 degrees. All right, so vice versa. If you know that the angles are congruent, then you know that the sides are congruent. So it's the same thing as the last page. All right, so find the value of X. Since this is equilateral, I know all of the angles are congruent. And since all of the angles are congruent, they add up to 180, the only answer that they could be is 60. So this is 60, this is 60, and this is 60. Well, to find the value of x, I can just set this equation, 2x plus 32 equal to 60. How cool is that? It's the coolest. All right, so let's subtract 2x equals 28. Do a little divide, you get x equals 14. Plug this back in, and you should get x equals 60. All right, last example. Find the value of y. So now we know that this is equiangular. So because it's equiangular, it's also equilateral. So all of the sides are congruent. So 5y minus 6 is going to be the same as 4y plus 12. Do a little subtracting. Y minus 6 equals 12. Do a little plussing. Y equals 18. That's it.